What's going on, gamers? It's phoxxtwo, and today I'm bringing you some Call of Duty Ghosts free-for-all. This is a really fantastic gameplay. I go 30-1, absolutely crush these kids on the map Flooded, using the Remington Silencer Red Dot combo. I love it, I love it, I love it. I got that gnarly Christmas sweater camo on there. This is a relatively new gameplay that I've got just maybe 2 weeks ago or so. So, anyway, I don't want to talk about the gameplay anymore at all. I've got just tons of news since the last MLG roster update video that I did for you guys. This stuff has been going so fast that I literally just cannot make videos fast enough to keep up with it. And I'm doing my best to try and stay on top of it for you guys. But what I really want to focus in on is one team, one franchise, one brand of Call of Duty clan, if you will, and that's OpTic Gaming. I think there are some really interesting things going on here. First of all, in case you didn't know, OpTic picked up Parasite after Scumpy left to fill their 4th spot. So it was OpTic Clayster, Ricky, Nadeshot, and OpTic Parasite. Now, that only lasted for about a week, and Parasite decided that he had had enough, couldn't do it. He did not want to be involved with OpTic at all. So he left and went back to Curse. On top of that, Ricky left. And now I believe they've picked up 2 more people. I'm not sure if the official announcement has been out yet, but I really think that the brand that is OpTic Gaming is weak right now. It is losing momentum. It's losing steam. They're losing fans every day because the players, the personalities that fans like myself or you or anybody can identify with are all gone. These names are coming and going so quickly, and the fact that these people that are or were diehard OpTic fans that would learn about a player just because they became a member of OpTic have now been exposed to all these other channels, all these other YouTube channels, all these other channels on Twitch of these other pro players that have been to OpTic and left OpTic. So, you know, you've got Scumpy, you've got Parasite, you've got Ricky, you've got JCap, you've got Merc, you've got, well, Big Timer's still with OpTic. But, I mean, you've got all these people. So the interest that was generated in these players while they were in OpTic Gaming is now spreading out to these other teams, to Envious, to Curse, to FaZe, to all these different teams. So, you know, I really think with that happening, not to mention the relatively recent dismantling of the sniping team for OpTic, OpTic Gaming, I think OpTic as a brand is in trouble right now. Mark my words, I think they are in trouble unless they make a very, very successful run at a major tournament very soon, or they do something on the sniping side of things. They are on the downhill decline right now. And I'm not saying that they're going to completely go away. So before I get a lot of OpTic fans, because I'm an OpTic fan, I always have been an OpTic fan, I've made that known, but I don't think they're going to go completely away to where you just won't even see them at all anymore, but I do think that they are on the decline to where they're going to be a less notable, less noticed team than a Complexity or an Envious or perhaps even a FaZe, because FaZe has a very, very extremely popular trick-shotting sniping team. And that combined with their competitive team, if their competitive team really starts doing well, that could, you know, that could be an amazing situation for them, which is essentially what OpTic had going prior to, you know, all these roster changes and all, you know, everything has just been an absolute nightmare. Now, the 2 things that I think that OpTic has going for it still is they do have some little bit of continuity through OpTic Jewel, OpTic Midnight, and Nadeshot does post a lot of videos, and he's been with the team for quite some time. He does have a very, very large following. I think almost maybe 1 million subscribers. So, you know, that they have that going for them, but I have to think that some of these people are going to start shying away from just, you know, kind of blindly following OpTic because of the word of mouth, the popularity of the brand OpTic. And they're going to start checking out some of these other squads and seeing what they think of, you know, Envious and Complexity, like I said, and TK. And there's so many good, talented players out there making up all these teams. But it should be interesting to see how the Call of Duty Championships pans out. That's going to be coming up in just a handful of weeks, I think. 6 weeks, maybe? 6-7 weeks away. So that's just right around the corner. I'll definitely keep all of you up to date as possible about roster changes, different things like that in the coming weeks. Hopefully we can see some solid performances out of these teams and have the roster changes kind of slow down and stop, because I'd really like to see some team camaraderie built. And I don't know which team to root for right now, because I don't feel like I know any of the teams, because they're all new basically, except for Complexity is the only team I think that has played this entire season without making a change. So it should be really interesting to see how things come together for all of the teams in the coming weeks. If you haven't checked out my last video, make sure you watch that. It's got some details on how you can win a free video game, a copy of Final Fantasy XIV for PC. Make sure you check that out. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Make sure you click that subscribe button for lots of great content. And as always, guys, have a great day.